So what's a paradigm shift? Maybe you've heard that term before. I think it was popularized by Stephen Covey in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Maybe it predates that, I'm not sure. But a paradigm shift is very simply when you shift a belief from one position to another, when you change a belief system, okay? The simplest example I can think of that is some kids believe in Santa Claus, but when they grow up, they don't believe in Santa Claus. That's a paradigm shift, and it changes the way they view and think about Christmas Day, okay? Now, Stephen Covey in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he tells a story about, and I think it was him that was on the train, but he tells a story of a man that was on a train in Chicago. And train stops, and on gets a gentleman, a man, and his 3 young children. And the man immediately just sits down, and he's got his head in his hands. He's not paying attention to his kids, but his kids are rambunctious as hell. And they're running up and down the train car, and they're causing havoc. Okay, and they're pissing off everybody on the train. I mean, they're literally, one is running up and down. People that are reading newspapers, the kid is like pat, 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 slapping the newspapers in their hands. The other 2 kids are fighting and wrestling on the floor. And it's a disaster. But the father seems oblivious to all of this, while the rest of the passengers on the train are irritated, annoyed, and getting angry. So the gentleman telling the story, let's say it's Stephen, he talks about how angry he's getting. Now he's in psychology, and he wants to understand, but he's ticked off. So he gets the guy's attention. He said, Sir, are you aware that your children are disrupting everyone on the train? You need to get them under control. He's trying to be a part of the solution, right? And the gentleman raises his head and looks, and he looks like he's in a fog. And he says, oh, I'm really sorry. I didn't notice. And the guy's thinking, how can you not notice? Your kids are pissing everybody off. They're loud, they're noisy. Then the guy goes on to say, he says, we just came from the hospital, and the kids lost their mom today. She died fighting cancer, and they don't know how to handle it. He said, I guess I don't know either. Instantly, the guy telling the story shifts from a perspective of anger and frustration to a position of sympathy, and he wants to help the man. Nothing about the situation changed, but his paradigm, his belief system, the way he viewed the problem shifted, and the way he wanted to help solve the problem changed completely. You can do the same thing in your business. You can do the same thing really with any facet of your life, but we're going to be talking about small business. And when you change the way you fundamentally look at your business, you automatically begin to change the actions that you take, the thoughts that you have, the way you deal with things, and the results that you get will be different. And it's not about learning some new system or buying a gizmo or buying an app that does something. It's just changing the way that you view your business. A paradigm shift in your own business. We'll talk again soon.